Hello everyone, welcome to this week's weekly market video for the 6th of October to the 10th of October 2025. My name is Vishal. Let's get started. All right, let's begin with the Nifty analysis and let's first look at the monthly chart of the Nifty. And if you look at the monthly chart of the Nifty, like I also spoke last week about this monthly level of demand. Currently, this monthly level of demand is holding up nicely. And by the looks of the monthly chart, it seems like we are probably going to be heading back to the all-time highs. Let's move on to the weekly chart now. And if you look at the weekly chart, this level of demand has also held pretty well. We had a nice retracement into this level of demand, consecutive 6 weeks of selling, then a little bit of consolidation, and now we are seeing a little bit of movement to the upside. So we have had a very positive start to this week, and we are hoping that most likely Nifty will start inching towards this area of supply. Let's move on to the daily chart. So this is the daily chart. We came in into this area of demand, not such a great looking level of demand, but obviously because Bank Nifty was also in a level of demand, we saw a strong move coming out of the Bank Nifty, which actually helped the Nifty. Now we are coming into some critical levels of supply on the Nifty. So the first level of supply is this area over here, which is this drop-based drop. And then the next area is this level, which has already been tested once. We may see a little bit of a deeper retracement into this level eventually. But seems like, yes, this is going to be now the next level where probably the markets will probably halt a little bit, then consolidate, and then possibly look at the big move to the upside. Now we're going to try and correlate this data with the FII data also as we go along. But then let's first look at the indices, and then we'll move on to the FII data. So if you look at Bank Nifty, these are the key levels of Bank Nifty. Let me just remove all the tools first. And let me show you from which areas Bank Nifty has already given us a strong bounce here. So market came into this level here, price consolidated here. We had an indecision candle, and then we saw a very, very strong move to the upside. And very likely now, if this move continues to keep pushing to the upside, we are going to see this level getting triggered very, very soon. So Bank Nifty actually has still a lot of room to the upside. We see this gap over here, and probably maybe something on the smaller time frame here, which could probably act as an interim level of demand. So let's go to a 125-minute chart and let us try and investigate if there is anything interesting over here. Pretty much on the 125, maybe let's go once to the 75-minute chart. Yeah. So on the 75-minute chart, we do see this level over here, rally, base rally, and then we see a nice strong gap to the gap up. So in case if there is any kind of let's say retracement, most likely that retracement will come into this level of demand, and then we might continue seeing the move up. That is one possible scenario. But in case if that does not happen, then we will probably continue to see Bank Nifty moving strongly up towards 56,927 to 57,340. So keep a close watch on these levels. On the medium term, 55,503 to 55,334 level of demand. And to the upside, we have 56,927 to 57,340, which is a key level of supply. Let's now move on to the USD-INR charts, and let's analyze the USD-INR. So pretty much the USD-INR has not been doing anything much. It's just been consolidating. And because now we are seeing a little bit of a selling pressure on USD-INR, that is obviously forcing the Nifty also to move to the upside because the Nifty and the USD-INR are inversely correlated. So what can we expect now on the USD-INR? So just in case if the USD-INR starts selling off and it starts coming towards this level of demand, then most likelihood we will have to see if Nifty is in a higher time frame supply once the USD-INR hits this level of demand. And this will ideally give us a, a kind of a correlation that now we might expect to see the USDINR to continue to the upside, and then probably we might see a little bit of a correction on the Nifty in case if it's in a supply zone. So this is how you can actually combine the supply and demand zone analysis with proper correlation. All right, let's look at India VIX and let us see what has changed on the India VIX. So the India VIX came nicely into this level of demand. This level of demand was identified last week itself, 9.97 to 9.40. And today we had a nice fall into this level. Now we are seeing a little bit of a rise in VIX, and we are also seeing Nifty coming into some intraday levels of supply. So let's go back to the Nifty chart once again, and let us see if we can try and correlate this. So you can see over here now, as the Nifty is pushing to the upside, it's going to be interesting to see that while the Nifty comes into this level of supply, do we see the India VIX rising? Because if that happens, then any sign of the India VIX moving to the upside will, put a little bit of pressure on the Nifty and force it to come to the downside. So you can use the India VIX. You can probably use the USD/INR also to get some consensus on what the next move of the market will be. Last week, we spoke about the Nifty IT sector. So let's talk a little bit about the Nifty IT sector. And we said that the Nifty IT sector had come into a level of demand. And this was probably the demand zone, which was from 33,513 to 32,521. And I did say in the session that in case if this level of demand holds, and if price starts to move up, then all the stocks within the IT sector will also behave in a similar manner. And last week around, we spoke about Tech Mahindra. Unfortunately, in Tech Mahindra, prices did not come into this level of demand. So because the sector is already moving up, the stock, that is Tech Mahindra, is also moving to the upside. So we will still wait and watch to see what does Tech Mahindra do in case in the near future if the prices do revisit this 13, 17, 12, 18 level. But what is interesting to see is another stock, Coforge, that while the Nifty IT sector was in demand, Coforge also came into this weekly level of demand. And now you can see that we are seeing a nice strong bounce coming in Coforge. Now, where is Coforge likely to go towards? It might likely to move towards 1765 to 1829. This is going to be one supply zone on Coforge, and then you see this entire level, which is from 1858 to 1998. So in case if there is a strength that is developed in the IT sector, then we might see Coforge and all the stocks within the IT sector also eventually moving to the upside. All right, now let's talk a little bit about decoding the FII data. Okay, so this is the chart of last week, and as you can clearly see, as mentioned, 29th of September 2025, and we are in this level of demand. And as I said, that in case if we see some kind of a buying that is coming from the FII side, because FIIs have been strongly selling and have been sellers in this market with the support of the domestic institutions. Domestic institutions have been strongly buying into this market fall. But as you can see over here, as now, as of 29th of September, we saw that the FIIs started to probably accumulate some positions over here in this demand. And now if you look at the 6th October data, you can see that we see a green candle that is being formed, the one where my cursor is, which is probably indicating that maybe FIIs are now beginning to build positions. And what might happen is in case if the FIIs start participating in this market and start being, on the buying side, then we will see the FIIs data rising very, very strongly, which in turn is also going to create a euphoria in the market, or a buying euphoria in the market, which will take the Nifty index and all the indices eventually to all-time highs. Let us see if that happens in the coming days and the coming weeks. And we'll come back next week to check what the FII data is. And what I intend to do next week is I will keep these charts intact so that whenever we come back to these charts, we can always refer historic data to see how FIIs are creating their positions for the coming week. So I hope you found this analysis useful. If you do like our analysis, hit the like button. Also, you can get notifications if you like and subscribe to our Sharekhan Education YouTube channel. And do give your valuable comments in the comment section. We would appreciate whatever comments you have. Wish you all the very best for this week. Have a safe trading week, everyone. See you all next week. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks.
This should not be treated as a recommendation. Please conduct your own analysis or consult a financial advisor before investing.